Hello. I clicked on the wrong one. There we go. Okay. Welcome, everybody. So, Witchy Nowers. Medium Jenny Lee, Giant of the Frost, and today we have Charity Janisse is back. Yay! It's been a while. She was one of our very first guests, twice, back last year. Yes, when we were just getting started. Yeah. So this is episode 11. Can you believe it? Yeah. Oh yeah. That's one of them angel numbers. 11. Good old 11. I think I might have had you guys muted. Good God Almighty. So many technical problems. Okay. All right, say hello again.
Yeah.
Hello.
There we go.
Hey, everybody. Tonight has been the night of technical mayhem and mischief.
It's
so
like
bear with us.
Rip your hair out kind of problems this evening. Hello, Castle Cutie and Linguist.
Cutie
is here.
That's my friend.
Oh, yay. Hello. Nice to have you here. Yeah, we've had problem after problem after problem. And then I start the stream and you guys can't hear her, so or him. So, it's just one thing after another.
We'll get there.
We were talking about whether Mercury retrograde had started yet. I think we're a little bit early, but the problems are still ensuing. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. It's all because of the witching hour. It's perhaps. Okay, so what we're doing today is Charity Janisse has a lot of crazy stories about all kinds of weird stuff. And she's going to be sharing some of those with us. We're going to be doing some channeling, and I think we might do a few tarot readings as a group for a couple of lucky people. Yes. Yeah. But before we get started in all of that, it's time for the news.
The news. Okay. So, a couple interesting things this week. I guess we can start this off with hey, you guys. Remnants of 17th century shipwreck thought to have inspired the Goonies is discovered off the U.S. coast.
What?
So, since 1693, a Spanish galleon has kept its secrets at the bottom of the sea, but has a team of intrepid underwater archaeologists unlocked the mysteries that inspired a movie. Archaeologists have discovered remnants of a centuries-old shipwreck they believe that inspired the film The Goonies. The Spanish galleon, the Santo Cristo de Burgos, sailed from the Philippines in 1693 across the Pacific Ocean. And the article goes on to talk about basically a renewed interest in trying to find the wreckage, and they have unearthed 20 pieces of wood in a cave off of the western Oregon coast.
What?
That's cool.
Professor at University of Delaware, Art Trimbanis, and members of his lab joined forces with Search 20, the maritime archaeology branch of Search Inc., and is basically looking for paleo landscape reconstruction and deepwater archaeology. And it's being supported by the National Geographic Society and Maritime Archaeological Society, and they're carrying out underwater mapping, trying to find the location of the ship. So essentially, they have an issue where they're finding the wood for the ship, but they haven't actually found the full ship itself. But it was said to have all the treasure that they found in the Goonies on the boat. So I loaded down Spanish galleon.
That's amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Did they find One-Eyed Willie too?
Yeah.
After there.
It's our time. It's our time down here.
Yeah, so they're just looking for One-Eyed Willie. The next one is the ashes of Nichelle Nichols, who people might know as Lieutenant Uhura from Star Trek, are going to be launched into space.
What?
So the ashes
That's
of Nichelle
amazing.
Nichols, who played Lieutenant Uhura in the original Star
Oh
Trek television series, and she died in July,
Recently, yeah.
my
are going
goodness.
to be launched into space later this year. Celestis, a private spaceflight company that works with NASA, will carry her ashes on a rocket set to travel between 150 million and 300 million kilometers into space beyond the Earth moon system and the James Webb Telescope. So I'm not sure exactly where orbit ends, but that's pretty far out. She's
That's
going
pretty
past
far
the
out there.
moon.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's really cool. That's so interesting.
Yeah, and of course she played a huge role in television history.
Yeah, for
Oh, yeah.
She was
sure.
one of the first
Absolutely.
Black women to have a leading role on a network
Hmm.
Yeah.
television series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So awesome. She gets to boldly go where very few have gone before. So
Yeah. Boldly go where no one's ashes have gone before.
maybe no, yeah, for sure. Um, Here's a good one for the Wanderer and all you spider lovers out there. Do spiders sleep? Studies suggest they may snooze like humans. So
Oh,
it's a
that's good to know.
a question that keeps some scientists awake at night. Do spiders sleep? Daniela Rosler and her colleagues trained cameras on baby jumping spiders at night. The footage showed patterns that looked a lot like sleep cycles. The spider's legs twitched and parts of their eyes flickered. And scientists, basically leaving scientists to wonder if they aren't going into some kind of REM state.
Now here's
Uh,
the next question.
Spider's dream.
Yeah, do spiders dream?
They're the
Yeah.
dreamers in animal medicine.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. What do they dream of?
Yeah.
I found it interesting. One of the doctors at the end talked about REM sleep in general is still very much a black box. So like the whole process of REM and dreams and are still very elusive in the scientific world of what exactly is going on. Of
Really?
course, we
Yeah.
have
We don't know
lots of
anything.
questions about that.
We know nothing. We like to pretend we know stuff. We don't know anything. So, Purple Throne. Hey, Purple Throne. Purple Throne said my BFF from grade school lives right there by the Goonies Rock.
Oh.
Yeah.
nice.
Treasure for everyone. How much does that cost for her to be shipped off into space? That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
Who's paying for that?
They're already going. Just take it along.
Yeah. I mean, especially, they're doing a service here. But, I don't know. I bet they're having to pay something.
They talked to one of her children about it. I don't know if it's, sometimes companies like this are doing this with, famous people like, especially the Star Trek crew. Like William Shatner went up in Jeff Bezos' rocket here not too long ago.
Yeah.
So it's a way for them to like garner interest in what they're doing.
Or as Erica likes to call him, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm tired of giving Uncle Jeff my money.
And then the final story I have tonight is a Danish king who gave the name to Bluetooth buried in Poland. So more than 1,000 years after his death in what is now Poland, a European king whose nickname lives on through wireless technology is at the center of an archaeological dispute. Chronicles from the Middle Ages say King Harald Gromson, who was nicknamed Bluetooth of Denmark, acquired his nickname courtesy of a tooth, probably a dead tooth that looked bluish.
It's a wonderful thing to be known for.
Also, well, the rumors are for him specifically, whereas that he had a dead tooth or something, or maybe like he ate
a lot of blueberries
or something like that. But for the most part, I think the tooth is probably the more realistic one.
Yeah.
So a Swedish archaeologist and a Polish researcher recently claimed in separate publications that they have pinpointed his most probable burial site in the village of Vajkovo.
Good luck with that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not good with Polish. An area of northwestern Poland that has ties to Vikings and Harold's times. So essentially, they were able to find they found a mound, and it's near a Catholic.
Oh no, Lithuanian.
Church in Poland, and King Harold was one of the ones who began as a pagan, and then as a king he switched to Christianity. So
well, Castle Cutie did say yes, Poland !
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you speak Lithuanian, but
close
connection to Poland.
Yeah.
And so the Ericsson Electronics. I remember I had an Ericsson phone back in the day. They were a Swedish telecommunications company, and they're the ones who created Bluetooth and named it after
Which the
him. So
Bluetooth
that's
symbol is like two runes put together, isn't it?
yeah, it's runes.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
God.
Pretty
That's
cool.
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So let's see. Purple
And that
Throne.
is the weird news.
Yes. Weird
I like
news. Purple Throne stood, they dream of us stepping on them, poor things, poor spiders. Or
Aw.
linguist thinks they dream about biting us.
Yeah, possible.
Purple Throne asked which runes. Do you know which runes it is that makes the Bluetooth symbol?
I can look it up real quick. The
Castle
power of
Cutie
New
said,
World.
I'm Lithuanian, but my girlfriend is Polish. There you
Yep,
go.
Yep.
That's where you were getting it. Polish
Yeah.
connection. So we need her to tell us how to pronounce that place. 'Cause
Right, yes.
none of us are going to get it. Not even close. I read a biography about a Polish guy one time, and every time I saw a name, I just had to like kind of just glance at it. Because it's like, there's no way. I'm terrible at pronouncing anything already. And then, yeah, send you a voice message. All right, Frosty's looking up what the Bluetooth runes are.
It is Berkana, and I'm trying to figure out what the other one can be because they're put together.
It's B. The
Berkana.
Berkana is the one that looks like a bee, right?
Yeah, and then more than likely it's Tivas. So the T, the B and the T, that makes sense. Oh no, they have it listed on here. It's
I'm gonna look it up. The one that's like an H. It's like a line down the middle with like an X in the middle. The Nordic H.
You know what? It's probably a little different because I use the Elder Futhark. So
maybe it's the
that's probably
older one.
That's probably younger Futhark. Well, it's the newer one.
Oh, the newer one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. That's as close as we can get it. Names are hard for me, and I used to live close there. Ukrainian, yep. Polish are really close.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got all kinds of people in here from all over the place this evening.
Awesome. Yeah, we do. We have someone from Ukraine too, right?
Yeah. Ukraine, Lithuania, Poland.
I'll have connections there too.
Yeah. All right, so let's get into the Cherry Janisse conversation here.
Oh, God.
So, not too long ago, you came and got your very first reading on my reading night. And we just were thinking it was just going to be like grandma or whoever, and it was not.
Yeah.
It was a high density or high frequency entity that you have quite the story about. So would you please share it?
What is the short version of this story?
It doesn't have to be the short version.
Well, so when I was maybe 4 years old, we went up to Big Bear in California. My grandparents had a big cabin in the mountains, and we would all meet up there, and my cousins and my sisters. And
which Big Bear is near Mount Shasta, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm not sure. I did like all the homework, but I still have questions if there's something that's connected to Hawaii with Mount Shasta. But I think it is near Mount Shasta, and it's all along the lines in between, like just on the coast of California. And Lemuria is said to be right under there, between where I was born, the Mojave Desert, and like down to below Big Bear, like Costa Mesa, where I lived. And I looked at all the maps and everything, but it's there. I couldn't believe it when I looked up Lemuria, and it was there.
So explain to people who don't know what Lemuria is, what that is.
Oh gosh, Jenny, you should do that. You're so good at that thing.
I am?
Yeah.
I don't even feel like I understand all the way. Okay. So, most people know Atlantis, right? Like Atlantis is supposed to be this place that's out somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. Nobody really knows where it is. There's speculation that it was a continent that's inside of the Atlantic Ocean and then it disappears, right? Well, There's also one that was in the Pacific Ocean and it goes by different names. Lemuria is one of the names it goes by. But
Down here, it's our time.
thank
It's
you,
our
Frost
time.
Giant, for resubscribing. And it was the Goonies. Perfect. Lemuria is one of the names, but people also refer to it as Mu, M-U, which is part of the word Lemuria. So at some point, it disappears into the ocean. But the people, supposedly, of Lemuria and Atlantis, some of them make it out, and they go out into the world and other places. So now there's a theory that the Lemurians, they still exist under parts of California, but like kind of in like a different dimension. Was that why you had was that the way you would explain it?
Yeah, I would say definitely. So the ancestry goes to like South America and then to Russia for the Lemurians. Wasn't that what came up, Jenny, when we were
I
doing
think
the
so. Yeah, because they would have gone both directions to get away from the destruction. Yeah.
Yeah. And then some went into a different vibration and continued to live there, but underneath the mountains in California, but in a kind of a different vibration. So
And Mount Shasta is a huge like spiritual center. It has been for I don't know how long.
yeah.
And this just happens to be where Charity has this experience.
Yeah. So yeah, and I didn't know obviously at the time. I was 4 years old. So yeah, and it's right there in the midst of this, and the whole mountain line of mountains where Lemuria is said to be underneath, and so Big Bear's right in the middle there, and so we're all playing, we're all hanging out, and then the parents and all the kids upstairs, and there's this big upstairs, and I remember it specifically. It's a big giant square, and you could look down over the middle, so you could kind of see like the middle of the cabin, from upstairs, and then there were like beds all the way around, and then there were these big windows with long curtains, and all the kids got upstairs, and we're supposed to be quiet because the parents can hear us, and we're all running around, and then everybody sees ghosts, and they're all freaked out. Ghosts, yeah. It's light, like they're white, like two beings that are just straight up white, and it's so funny because all the kids see them, and then they go behind the curtain. like I don't think they expected all the kids to see them, I don't know expected anyone to see them, but I saw them, and all the kids started seeing them. We're like, ghosts, ghosts, ghosts.
So the ghosts hid behind the curtain, not the kids. Yeah. Oh, well, that's weird.
Yeah. So they went behind the curtains, and I could still see them, but they were kind of like playing, almost like playing with the kids. It wasn't anything scary. Some of the kids really freaked out, but we were all just like, when we were all kids, we were all into like mysteries. We were always looking for mysteries and stuff. So it was really fun for us to think we saw ghosts, and it was all very quick. It was like their lightning's kind of in the room, and then all of a sudden it's like they're behind the curtain. But I knew they were still there. Like I knew they were still in the room. And I went to sleep and had a really unusual dream and woke up and then never forgot that night. Never forgot the night. My sister probably still remembers seeing the ghosts there, never forgot about it. And then I start to get these messages that I have parents from another dimension, basically. And one day I'm doing this meditation for Lemuria, where you go to Lemuria, and all of a sudden I like wake up in the room. I'm deep in meditation. I'm like 4 years old. My parents walk over to the bed. They greet me. They hug me, and they say, we're going to go and hang out in Lemuria for a little while. And I fully remember everything. And they're like, we're going to teach you. And this all happened in meditation, but it was a deep meditation. And they said, we're going to teach you everything that you need to know to do what you're here to do on earth. And I literally lived during that dream. It was all a dream. But in that dream that I remember completely in meditation, I lived for 20 years in Lemuria with the Lemurians, not teaching, but being taught, studying, and my twin flame was there. Wow. And then when I got to be about 20, there was a whole thing, and this was all a dream. It was like, and then I remembered it, but it was just clear as day, like a memory, and then they did like a whole thing where I had to go and there's like these healing temples, and I had to go back to the temple, and then I had to return, and then I had to live my life out on earth. And I woke up, and I spent my whole life knowing I was not from here.
So when you had the dream, you had the dream when you were 4.
Yes.
And you remembered it from when you were 4 all the way.
this in meditation about 4 years ago.
So 4 years ago, you did a meditation and you remembered that dream that happened that night.
Yes.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
All right. I think we have some comments and questions so far. So let's see. Castle Cutie said Charity's my soul sister and that she's also Lemurian. Awesome.
Definitely, of course.
And then Linguist said, wait, everyone saw them? What? Yeah. Hey, Salty. Linguist said, I would never forget that either.
Yeah.
Parents are from a different dimension. I couldn't hear clearly. So yeah, Linguist, it's like she had parents in this other dimension that were not her parents, that were in her biological parents of the person she is right now that we're talking to. Does that make sense? Like they're parents from a different dimension.
I have normal human parents.
Yeah.
I just also have my kind of like eternity parents, would you say? Like my higher self parents? Yeah.
Yes. Castle Cutie said soul parents.
Soul parents. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like your soul family. So you have your soul parents and yeah. So yeah.
Okay. So now what happens after that?
Okay. So then I start noticing a presence here and there, and it's a feminine presence. And one day, I think it was November 2nd of last year, there's a woman standing in my kitchen, and I look around and she's gone. And I thought my daughter was there, was not my daughter. And then one night I'm going to sleep and I'm falling asleep and I hear the words, I'm ready. And it's a woman. And I sit up and I'm like, someone said out loud, I'm ready. And then I like close my eyes and I see, I can't even explain it. My room is filled with like color rainbow lights, smoke, pyramids, little fractals of rainbows all over. There's a glowing blue light in the corner and I can see it when my eyes are open and closed and I'm wide awake.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was surreal and it was so beautiful. It felt so good. I just wanted it to last, and I kept like just wanting it to last. I was like, and it stayed maybe about 10 minutes, and then it went back to normal, and I went to sleep. But I just wanted it to last forever. It was like so amazing. So then I got a reading from you, Medium Jenny.
Well, hold on. What do you think that was?
I think that was her because when you channeled her, you said she shows up like light. That's like. Oh, do you remember that?
Yes. Yeah. And it just came up again in the raw video that I recorded on Sunday.
I can't wait. I've listened halfway through the first one, so I stopped.
Okay. So yes. So fast forward to, hey, Greatest Good Tarot. How
What's
are
going
you?
on, Greatest Good?
So yeah, fast forward to when Charity comes into my Twitch stream and gets a reading for the first time, and we just thought it was going to be a good old vanilla reading, like, you know, dead grandma or whoever. And it's not. It's a higher density, higher frequency, however you want to think about it, entity who's a female, and it's the Lemurian mother. Yeah.
And you know her, Jenny.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't better.
And the way that she presented herself to me was, the way that I saw her was she was this shimmering prismatic light, almost like a rainbow. And then, not to give anything away, because in case you were going to go watch that raw video, which I think
first thing around me, coffee and you.
Which I think it's number 34 or 34.
34 is halfway through, and that's the one where it pops up a little bit. So.
It's gonna be in there. Number 34. Raw talks about. Hold on, I have the book right here. It's I'm trying to remember what density he said that they said it was. I think it was 6. But it could have been. Go ahead.
If you're gonna talk about the densities and stuff like that, do you want to give a brief explanation?
Yes. So it's 4th density fourth density positive is a rainbow or prism with blue, green, and indigo.
So that's how the mother shows up in fourth density positive?
Yes.
Is that, or is that
according to Ra? Yeah. Okay, so densities and frequencies, etc. Well, there's different ways people look at it, and it's different ways people explain it. But the best way we can explain it is that our physical body right now, the existence that we're living in, we think about it as a third dimensional, third density, third third frequency or whatever. And you can almost think about it as like dimensions. Like we are like width, height, and depth, right? But then you start adding more stuff in there, and it grows and it gets denser, and there's more to it. So according to the Raw Contact book, fourth density is a space where a whole group of people from a planet come together as in what they call a social memory complex, and they are focused on learning about love. Like all the way through the fourth density is supposed to be learning about love. And I don't think we need to go too much more into all that because it's a lot, and we could spend the whole night talking about that, and I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, for sure. But I just wanted to make sure we got a brief description
Yes.
of the terms that we're using here. And real quick, I just want to say for everyone else who's coming to chat, welcome to the Witching Hours tonight.
Yeah.
Me and Medium Jenny Lee are welcoming returning guest Charity Janisse.
Yes.
Make sure you go check out her YouTube page where she does love readings and all kinds of cool stuff over there. And so tonight, the topic, if you came in the middle of this, we are talking about an ancient kind of Atlantean sister continent, you would say, I guess, of Lemuria, and some kind of spiritual connection that Charity has kind of experienced with that. And so we're interviewing and kind of talking about that tonight.
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Castle Cutie said, "Oh, perfect. She's a rainbow."
Yes, exactly.
Linguist, yes. The Raw Contact video that talks about this fourth density prism of color aura is number 34, video number 34. So it looks like, so Linguist said, "I'm struggling with terms. Appreciate the time you guys took to clarify." And Greatest Good said, "I have a question. As I've recently had this conversation with a friend, when people are connecting to the darker side of things, do you think people are actually connecting, or are they only relating to the same plane, but only seeing what they want to see?" Oh, just clarified your conversation. Never mind. I don't think we clarified your answer, Greatest Good. I mean, I'm glad that you got something out of that. But the darker side of things, I definitely think there's a darker side of things. I think there's like fourth density negative, but there's also dark things from our density too that are just like earthbound things. And I think fear has a lot to do with pulling those guys in. They're attracted to fear and stress and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So it is kind of not necessarily what you want to see, but what you're attracting based on what kind of emotions and things you're going through at the time.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Charity?
Yeah, I would say definitely, because we are all vibration and frequency. And so what you're processing, you're going to draw in and experience more of. So when you start having a lighter, higher frequency, you're going to experience more of the high frequency positive things. But if you are in a place of fear, we attract more things to fear. It's kind of the way it works. And there's a lot of fear thought forms that kind of, so many people have been afraid of them. It's practically real. Like,
So Linguist asks a good question. Can we figure out our density? I guess in other words, are we all the same density here?
No.
Yeah. So is there a way to figure out what density you are? I guess is what Linguist is asking there.
So the Earth supposedly changed over to the Earth itself supposedly moved into fourth density around 1980. But
our civilization.
yeah, like, well, no, not the civilization, just the planet. But
Caught up yet?
the people on the planet have never
Okay.
caught up to fourth density because we keep screwing everything up, which I'm sure we can all agree. We continuously screw everything up. So we haven't made it to fourth density yet. The people haven't.
We can have fourth
Okay.
density experience in the third dimension.
Yes.
We don't in the fourth dimension, but we can
Yeah.
experience it.
But, however, but wait, there's more. There are higher density entities that come to Earth to incarnate because they want to help the third density, which is most human population, make it to the next. Try to level up. Think about it like in a video game. You're trying to level up. We've been trying to level up to fourth density forever, and we haven't got there.
We're noobs.
Thanks for
Evidently.
the
Live people ignore the strange and unusual. I myself am.
Oh, I can't hear.
That's okay. Thank you, Greatest Good Tara, for the follow. How many densities are there? So, according to Ra, there's 8 densities that they know of. But see, Ra's only a fourth density entity itself. So, they don't really know. They think at the eighth density, you go back to being part of the whole. Like, you go back to source, you go back to God, you go back to the, however you want to think about where we all come
Universe.
from. Yeah.
Would that be good? Yeah.
Yeah, universe.
Whatever word you want to use.
You want to, whatever
Yeah.
that is. Yeah.
Consciousness.
Mhm.
Yeah, only level 8. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I can get that like in a weekend, right?
Yeah. We're rubbish. We are rubbish. We haven't made it out of third density, Greatest Good Tarot. What the hell are we waiting for? Let's see. Castle Cutie said the more elevated we are a different density. So also according to Ra and the Rob Contact, there's sub-levels. There's like 8 sub-levels of each density. So as you move up in the density, you do get some bonuses. One of the bonuses is being able to choose your adventure.
Yeah.
You get seniority to choose what kind of life you want to have so that you can have better lessons to help move you along to that fourth density. So it's like evolution. Yes, it is. Linguist said something else here. I notice that the more negative I am and people around me, there's much more negative going on. The more relaxed I am with people, the smoother things go. Correct.
Exactly.
And when you finally see it and you notice it, you can start changing it yourself. And I don't think I ever said hello to Sue Willits. Hello, Sue Willits. I'm so happy to see you. Okay, so where were we?
Those things aren't as always, you can know that. It's not always easy to follow that advice.
No.
But yeah, go ahead. So
where were we
back
in
up with the spiritual parents?
So and Jenny was able to actually bring in and channel my Lemurian mom, which we began to find out is very much representative of mother energy. When she say, which began to show everywhere.
Yes.
Yes.
So what happened at the end of that reading was I had a personal experience where I experienced a physical reaction of my body feeling denser, which makes sense because she's supposed to be a higher density. So her physical being is denser. And if her energy blended with mine, then I would feel that denseness. And that's what happened. But I realized that I had that happen to me as a child whenever I was sick.
Yeah.
And then I remembered that my dad also had a lady that would come and hang out with him when he was a kid, whenever he was sick or he was not, in a good place. And so we started to figure out, and then she started coming up in like tarot readings and she's just like everywhere.
Goodness. Once we saw her, it was like she'd been all along, but
Yeah.
everywhere.
So
Yeah.
I really feel, I'm starting to feel like she is almost like the Divine Mother.
Yeah.
And she shows herself to people in slightly different forms so that you will personally connect with her so that she can also help you.
So are you saying that the Lemurian mother that Charity referenced is also the mother figure that you and your father both experienced as well?
I
The
don't
In
know,
a
same entity?
in a
yeah,
sense.
Okay.
different ways. She
So
shows up in different ways, different dimensions, different lifetimes, different.
I don't know how it works. I will not pretend to know how any of this works. It's just I'm trying to explain it from the things I've experienced. So
But you have a sense that those two things are connected.
I think that Charity had a Lumerian mother. And I think that my dad had, because she shows up to my dad as like this Norse lady who's kind of like
Mhm.
almost like a witchy woman. And I
Like
think,
like a shaman kind
yeah.
of thing.
So I think Charity had a Lumerian mother, and I think that my dad had this Norse grandma witch lady, and I had somebody too. But the Divine Mother like shows herself to you as those people so that
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
will connect with her personally.
So she shows you what you want, what you need to see her as, you would say?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
But she's
Yeah.
like all the same. So like I I hate to say this, if there's any super Christian religious people in here, I do apologize because this might offend you. I think that when people see the Mother Mary, that she's the same thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
the,
Well,
okay.
she's all in blue, and that's like how she
Mm-hmm.
shows up. It's
Yeah.
like that energy, and it's a caring, nurturing mother energy. That
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know if that would I don't know if that would specifically be I don't know if that specifically be like offensive. I think there's a comfort sometimes for people to know maybe from their point of view it's just going to be a reinforcement of their belief in Mary, whereas with other cultures and other religions it could be a reinforcement of theirs,
Of
a mother
theirs.
earth
Yeah.
figure or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So I don't know
Yeah.
if it's exclusionary in that
But
way.
if I'm making it sound like it's not the Mother Mary, that
Right.
could be offensive to somebody.
Yeah.
But I don't really know how it works either,
Well,
Yeah.
I think she's so high up in the densities that she's so aligned with the higher densities that she also has experienced all these other densities and shown up in all these different forms, probably on her own journey. But because she's so
Mhm.
elevated, she continues to represent a lot to us. So we all have thought forms about the different
Yeah.
beings she has been on her own journey. But now she's not incarnate, right?
Yes. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's
I don't
fully-
I connected in with her again during a meditation after your
Yeah.
reading, and she said she doesn't come back anymore.
Yeah.
She chooses not to come back anymore because I think she's figured out a way to be able to help a lot
Yes.
more people where she's at than what she could have done if she was incarnated.
Yeah.
All right, so let's check on the chat here. What do you think is holding people back from level 4? Where do we start, Greatest Good Tarot? We won't. We're freaking terrible to each other, right? I mean, look at all the horrible things that people do to each other out of all kinds of different reasons. I mean, just that alone right there would probably be enough.
Well, let's
I
bring
think
up. I
there is-
know I've heard you discuss before. If either one of you want to talk about this, but I think maybe something you could talk about would be what you're explaining to me with like service to self versus
Mhm.
service to
yeah.
others, and the connection to that you were speaking about.
Sure.
Okay, I mean that might give some context. to
Mm-hmm.
that.
Yeah.
So, according to Ra, there's 2 paths you can choose, and they both will make it up to level 4. One is service to others, and one is service to self. So, being a greedy asshole, you can still move up to level 4, or you can choose to be of service to others. And the service to others path is a little easier. It's not as difficult to get there. The service to self, you gotta be real shitty to make it to level 4 on the service to self. But the service to self people even think that what they're doing is helping other people. And in some ways, if you're thinking about us all as the same entity, they're not that wrong, really.
Yeah.
If they're helping themselves and we're all the same thing, then technically they would also be helping everybody else. That's what they think anyway. Yeah.
Okay. So now we know a little bit about going into that, kind of clearing that up.
Okay, so there's more things in chat. They're probably stuck in ego and third density not elevated. Yeah, ego plays a big part, and not realizing that you're like a spiritual being, really. Sue Willett said the last topic reminded me of the Sephiroth tree of life. I don't know if I said that right. Malkuth at the bottom rising up to the levels. Is that shoot, what is it called? Kabbalah, right? That's actually in Ra. Ra talks about that tree, and the roots are the mind, the part of the mind. So that comes up in the Ra content. The Kabbalah.
The only thing I know Sephiroth from is from Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah. Well,
so.
I probably didn't say it right. I probably didn't say it right.
No, that's it.
Is
that's
it? Okay.
That's probably what they named him. They named the character after, probably.
All right. Linguist said, well, we don't know exactly how many spirits, angels, or entities that there actually support us. We only know so much. You're correct. We don't know jack squat. We're just trying to figure stuff out. But hi, roly-poly pandas. It's nice to see you.
Says, live people ignore the strange and unusual. I myself am strange and unusual.
Thank you, Gold Hairs, for the follow. Okay, what else is in the chat here? So what do you think is the biggest misconception people have about spirituality? Oh, good question, Greatest Good. What do you think, Charity?
That's the $1 million question.
A lot of people have a big misconception about having to suffer, having to be poor, having to do things in order to be spiritual. And I don't think that was ever, I mean, you can grow through all those things, thank God, because we've all been through it, but you don't have to. Like, I think that's a big misconception. And
Absolutely.
that people have life upside down and do all kinds of crazy things. You can if you want to, but you can be spiritual, sitting in your, at your dinner table with your kids.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to, you can.
Yeah. Asceticism not required.
Yes. I don't want to stand on top of like a tree beating myself with a whip. Thank you.
Oh, another one too. The having to be in some sort of organized hierarchy system to be spiritual.
Absolutely not.
You don't need it. You can find it on your own.
I think it's important to put out just really quickly, because I was thinking about like the connection with asceticism and like mainstream spiritual beliefs, which I think the Bible and Buddha and all of these kind of figures went through some time of asceticism, so it's kind of become ingrained to a certain extent in Eastern and Western spirituality.
That you have to lack, you have to be in poverty, you have to suffer, which, like Charity said, all of those things are going to help you move up your path, and probably quicker, but you don't have to be there. And I think one of the misconceptions about that is like, especially with Christianity, Jesus was telling people to help other people, but he wasn't necessarily saying that you should have nothing. And I think that's a misconception. And then a lot of people are saying that there's a misconception about gender, that gender does not exist in the spirit form. What do you think about that, Charity?
Well, there's people that have all kinds of, so many different about that. And there's a lot of lectures that do all kinds of crap and say all kinds of things, like if you're this gender or this way, like then you can't be spiritual, and it's crap. But I think that ultimately the very, at the highest density where we're all one, there's no gender. But I think that there's feminine and masculine energies in the 4D and the 5D, definitely. Like,
I think you could definitely have.
I think I connect in with masculine energies and feminine energies. Like, it's definitely a feminine guide that I have. I have. So.
I think, but that is. I think we're thinking about it strictly as in our biological physical body, which is, I think, on the other side different.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But what
Yeah.
did Ross say? All all women are men and all men are women.
Yeah.
Remember?
And
What is that?
yeah. And
Yeah.
you can reincarnate as either one.
Yeah.
I've had many lives where I was a dude,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Me.
So
I
you're
All
don't
mine
think
are men so far. So I guess that's the next thing I need to manifest is
seeing your
different
your
different
lady
gender.
lives.
What my lady lives were.
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
My feminine, yeah, I think most of my past life memories, except the one where I had the dream and I was like Gimli.
Oh yeah. You looks like Gimli from the Lord of the
Yeah,
Rings.
and I was like, be a woman? Are you kidding me?
Purple Friend
So I
said,
noticed that we were well, greatest good said no whips boo. Uh, for sure.
"Great is good. You can use the whips if you really want to.
Yeah.
That's a personal preference.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from them. Thank you."
And Gold Hair said gender exists in spirit form, but being genderless is possible too.
Mm-hmm.
In my first, and I'm not an expert. I'll let them talk about this, but when we do our twin flame readings, we make sure to try to establish that it's masculine energy and feminine energy, and I think that's what we have going on there. Is we have whether that masculine energy or that feminine energy kind of ends up being balanced or dominant in that person, could be an
Mm-hmm.
explanation for that. But
Yeah, like we were doing a reading for a lady the other night, and when we did the masculine and feminine, she was like, "You know what? I think I'm the masculine energy and he's the feminine energy." But like gender
yeah,
wise, they were,
it
flip
was the
flopped.
opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they identified with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Purple
Gender.
Friends, go ahead,
Yeah.
Charity.
I was going to gender a lot to do with the energy that we hold. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What you're saying. Go ahead.
So Purple Throne said, "I wonder what gates activated help the servicing others." I remember seeing it somewhere. Um, I mean, servicing others can be as simple as like one of the examples that Raw just gave in the last session was somebody in the grocery store in front of you can't pay for all of their stuff. What do you do? Do you have compassion for them, or do you think that they're awful because they're poor? Do you offer to help pay for their stuff? What do you do? So something that simple can be service to others or service to self. Sue Willett said it's also the base of the Thoth Tarot Kabbalah. Then Gold Hairs asked if the Kabbalah tree is where runes come from. So that's a good question for Frost Giant. So are there runes? I mean, we know the Norse runes, but are there runes from other places too?
Well, to be really brief about this, because this could be its own topic. But when it comes to Scandinavian runes or the Norse runes, those are Germanic runes, so they're found in Scandinavia, but also in the Germanic tribes across Europe. And basically, those end up coming from the Roman Empire. The Roman Empire taking Greek stuff, creating the Latin alphabet, and as they go throughout Europe, the Germanic tribes see this writing and they basically take forms of it and create their own alphabet that's based off spiritually significant symbols for them. So they alter it to make it kind of coincide with their spiritual belief system. So you get things that align with Thor, things that align with um, things that are important to them in their kind of animistic society. So there are runes, but really the runes are just an alphabet, which is existing all over
Okay.
the world. Yeah.
So the runes are just the alphabet. So, yeah. If you think about it that way, our alphabet is runes.
I mean, like very simply, like the runes are their alphabet.
Yeah.
But there's a spiritual significance to the shapes that they choose, like connection to the world tree, or a connection to Thor, or a connection to the oryx, the big bulls that used to exist in Europe. But that like we use the phonetic alphabet, so we're using this alphabet now that comes from that essentially came from the Phoenicians. There was more than likely a spiritual significance to our alphabet too that we don't understand and we don't have, even though we use that alphabet. I'm sure there was some kind of spiritual significance to that to the Phoenician people.
Oh, that would be interesting. Oracle card deck, the alphabet.
Yeah.
Like some kind of connection to
Yeah.
Phoenician spirituality.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody do it.
Yeah.
Sue Willett said there's always two and opposite, expansion and contraction, positive and negative, mercy and severity, etc. Yes. Yes. Which that's the whole service to others and service to self is looked at as a positive and negative path. And it's not even necessarily talking about positive as good and negative as bad. It's talking about the polarities of it. Like the polarities of an electrical current. It can't run without, like an electrical current can't run without both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, greatest good. I want to know real quick. Just let us know in chat if Mr. Musk gave you internet or not. I'm curious from being in your stream the other night. So just let us know if the guy passed you by again. If Elon has blessed you with the interwebs.
Yes.
And
then
so just to do a quick reset here, we've had a lot of people jump in, so I just want to say welcome once again to the Witching Hours. Tonight we are talking about we are talking about Lemuria. Our guest is Charity Janisse, and of course me and Medium Jenny Lee are here hosting. What you said, our 11th episode?
11th episode of the Witching Hours.
11th episode. So we're moving right along. So welcome in. If you have questions, post them in chat, and we will get to them as quickly as we possibly can.
So everybody realized
where do we want to dig in now?
Everybody realized that the grocery store story was karma. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. So we were going to try to channel the Lemurian mother.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So I think it's only necessary that we use the Mukatite because it's Mu.
Yeah.
Although it's
Right.
it's M-O and not M-U, whatever. Okay, so what other stones are we going to use? She has to tell me. This one, Chrysocolla. Roly Poly Pandas, you told me how to say it before. Did I say it right this time? The selenite I have to have out. My selenite tower, because that's just a mess. I'm feeling...
And Greatest Good said that Daddy Elon has delivered his Starlink goodness.
Oh, yay.
Oh, it's spankingly good. The bandwidth is a game changer for me to stream from my boat.
From your boat. Yay.
Yeah, so great.
I'm going to use this dogtooth amethyst or chevron amethyst because it has a triangle on it. And, triangle pyramid. So that was a question I had. When you saw the temples of Lemuria, were they pyramids?
Oh, not when I saw them.
Not when you saw them?
More like maybe Lion Pyramid, like more squarish. Do you know what's going up and a big square door kind of entering in? Are there pyramids like maybe in Guatemala, South America, that are more like have four sides? Am I imagining that?
The step pyramid.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what. Yes, but it was like white, glowing, like marble, and the grass was green everywhere, but the sky was more of like a purpley color, and it was almost like you couldn't see the sky. It was more of like a purpley color. So.
Oh, purple sky. That sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go now.
Right.
All right, I've got some clear quartz, my little crystal points, and then another one.
Okay, so what are we
doing
here with the
I don't know.
With the channeling here? Are we...
Hell if I know. Let's find out.
Okay.
See what comes up.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so because I channeled her previously for Charity, And then I was in a meditation not too long after that, and I asked her to come and talk to me, and she was there. We're hoping that since we've been talking about her for a long time, that she's already been hanging out and that she's ready to come and talk to us some more. So I'm just going to use my medium abilities to hopefully connect in with her.
Okay.
I have quite the array of stones here. I hope they're all bright. I also got out three green ones, 2 green aventurines, and a jade, because that's the heart chakra color. All right.
All right. So the Lemurian mother.
Which might also be the divine mother. Okay. So I feel like she's here. It'll take a little while for my energy to blend with hers. So when I was doing my meditation, I asked her what do we call her, because we were trying to figure out what to call her, and she just said mother. So that's who I asked for. And I felt like she was like right there waiting. Okay, so I think it might be best in this situation, since we're not really trying to, I'm not doing a medium reading. I think it would be good for you guys to ask a question, like one at a time, slowly.
Okay, chat. So if you have questions, put them in chat and I can read those.
And Charity, if you can ask, I think you should lead off the questions.
Okay. Maybe to be like non-specific are some of the things Jenny and I have been realizing recently. Is there truth in those? Is there a way to ask that?
You just did.
Yeah, okay. I just was
Okay.
truth.
Is there truth in the things we think we're figuring out? Oh, yes. You two are intertwined. She's showing me this is funny because we were just talking about snakes the other day. 2 snakes that are like twisted up together. Trust. I think she means like trust your intuition.
Yeah.
Like if we feel it's right, it's right. All right. Another question.
Castle123 Cutie asks, am I connected to Charity's mother?
The Lemurian mother, I'm assuming, is what she means.
Yeah, I assume.
So I don't think she can tell us the answer to that all the way, because from like what Raw says, there's certain things they can't tell us because it might interfere with our free will and like finding shit out on our own, you know.
Okay.
But what I'm sensing is that there is some kind of connection, but it might not be exactly what you think it is.
Okay, we have a question from Linguist, which is, it may be a strange question, but can she tell about her position or her intentions?
Good questions. To help humankind. Through love and compassion. Like the mother that so many of you desperately need. She sees all. I think that's as much as she can say about her position. Next question.
Who is Charity Janisse? I think that's the question for her and not actually asking who she is.
Oh. Charity Janisse, who are you?
Who am I?
Yeah.
I'm artist, author, psychic, Lemurian daughter, apparently.
Tarot reader. We'll check her out on YouTube.
Yeah, if you go to YouTube and check out Charity Janisse, she does lots of awesome tarot readings. You can order
I'm a
love
fourth D1.
readings, some offering past life tarot readings, which and her readings are absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. So go check her out. Tonight we're talking about an experience that they have shared with the Lemurian Mother. So if you have a question for this spirit entity, feel free to put them in chat as Medium Julia is trying to channel and see what kind of answers we can get.
She's in there real good now because I feel the denseness. Like my body is like much bigger than it is. And my tongue is like huge.
Greatest Good has a question. Do I have the ability to become a psychic, or is that not my mission? Quotations.
This is Jenny speaking. What the hell are you talking about? You read tarot for crying out loud. Silly boy. Okay, let's ask her though. You have it in you. You always have. Stop second guessing yourself. Listen. Don't hide behind. Oh, this is gonna make you upset, I think. Don't hide behind your silliness to show your insecurities. You have it. I think you can keep your silliness. and still do what you need to do. But I see what she's saying. Next.
Why doesn't she want to come back to Earth?
I am on Earth. I am of Earth. I am the Earth.
Chills on that one.
So I think she's saying that, and I'm not sure, but I do believe that she was incarnate at one point. Um, but like we were saying earlier, I think that she feels like she can do so much more work for the good where she is, because she can be at all places at the same time through all time.
So Nyanque does tarot. Sorry if I butchered your name there. Let me know if I got that right. Nyanque does tarot. How do I find my mission? And I guess that would be, um, we can look specifically for them, or is that a general question?
How do
How
you
are we
find your
supposed to
mission?
find your mission?
Hold on, I have to readjust myself. My neck was like really hurting. Hold on.
Yeah, are you okay?
Look for the signs, synchronicities, symbols, messages. I have to learn how to really listen and really look. When you feel it, you feel it, you know.
What
Yeah.
is her advice for twins on Earth?
Like biological twins or twin flames?
I
I'd like some
imagine.
clarification on that.
I imagine twin flames.
Twin
Since it's
Yeah,
flames.
twin flames. Mm-hmm.
Okay. She just showed me a fire lighting. There's a lot of symbolism in that. I think she's gonna make me figure it out. No, she's gonna tell me. Okay. Flame is a fire. It burns with passion. And be quickly extinguished, but just as quickly reignited. Is it an eternal connection? Some of you look too hard. Relax, and you're knowing. To know is to listen. Okay, next.
Yeah, if anyone has any other questions, I don't think I've missed any. If you have any more questions, throw
Charity,
them
do
in
you have
chat.
any more questions?
Yeah, I can ask one. It's super personal, but I channeled a story about a husband and a daughter from another dimension. Is that something I channeled? Is there something real in that? Are they here?
There's things about that she can't tell you.
Oh, I had a feeling.
It was worth asking, right?
It's worth a shot.
All right, let me see if there's anything that she is willing to share, though.
Fine. I trust my intuition. She knows that.
Yeah. So she's letting me see it, the life. Um, so I think she is saying, she's acknowledging that what you experienced isn't just like a dream or an imagination, but what you experienced is real.
Okay.
But she can't tell you the rest of it.
Yeah.
Next.
Do our dreams reflect a different reality that we're a part of?
Question. Hold on. I have to fix myself again. Shit hurts my neck pretty bad.
Yeah, we won't make you stay much longer.
we'll do one more question after this one.
Somebody.
Okay, dreams. I think I moved too much. Okay, hold on. Dreams. Dreams are a manifestation of time, space. Some are travel. Some are messages. Some are nonsense. True that. True that, Divine Mother. True that. Some are a calling to remember. It's up to you to figure out which one is which. A message, a calling, a traveling, or nonsense. All right, just do one more question, then I gotta get out of here.
All right, we have one more. The next, I'm just going in order. So from Greatest Good Tarot, I've been having the feeling that something is off, but it cannot put my finger on it. May I ask, what is the silly boy missing?
Trust. She said that word many times tonight, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Trust.
Can we ask one more?
There's more to that one. Hold on.
Okay.
Trust yourself. Trust the world, the universe. The universe has your back. You're trying to do good. When you try to do good, the universe is always going to help push you in the right direction. But first, you must see and you must listen. and then you must trust. All right, you got one more for me, Frosty?
Yeah, I think this is a good one to end with here. How do you know you are a starseed, and how do you know what kind?
There is a lot of misconceptions and distortions. You know you don't belong. You know this is not the place where you come from. You feel it. You know it. Look to the stars. Feel, know, research. Listen to yourself. Don't let others tell you where you're from. You must look within to look without. Okay, I'm going to start pulling away.
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, Mother. Thank you, Jenny, so much. Just tremendous gratitude.
I'm glad I didn't put any eye makeup on. My eyes are like
What do we think,
watery.
chat? What do we think?
Good God Almighty. All right. I have to take these headphones off for a second. Just hold on.
You had a long time.
Yeah. I know. I'm sorry. I was trying to rush. We had a bunch right there at the end. So, and I saw the one about Starseed, and I was like, oh, that's probably one a lot of people would like to see an answer to. So,
I felt like that was a good way to wrap it up because the advice from the last two questions, I feel to anyone. It's about,
yeah.
like.
All right. So let's go. Well, let's go through chat here a little bit.
Hi, CMC, your boss.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, CMC, what's up? Good to see you.
We was just talking about you the other day.
Yeah.
So Greatest Good said it's just without the cards it seems difficult, and I kind of put a message in there because I don't know, Greatest Good, you probably have way more experience with tarot than I do. I'm a newbie and I've been reading runes, and I don't consider myself a psychic either, but that's why I put in there like I'm not. Are the cards magical? Are the cards and the runes oracles, or are we the oracle, and we're using that ritual? We're using the power of ritual to channel ourselves as an oracle, which in of itself is a psychic ability, but it's hard. I'm with you on that. It's hard. I don't think of myself as a psychic either, but it's one of those things that I've been trying to process myself.
See, Greatest Good Tarot, I think that you and Gina the Frost are kind of in the same boat where you both have a knowing. You have a knowing about things. And sometimes when you just know it, but you're not seeing it or hearing it or like getting a feeling or whatever, you feel like it's not necessarily as true as it would be for somebody else who sees it in a different way. But it doesn't downgrade it at all. A knowing is one of the clairs. You know? Yeah.
Let's see. Castle 123 says, "Love your mother of charity." Gold hairs. Let's see. The purple. I am only psychic because of the visions and dreams I have, not reading tarot.
Gold hairs. I'm on YouTube and Twitch. I do readings on Friday nights, reading nights on Friday nights on Twitch, but I also have YouTube with all kinds of goodness on there. But I don't do live YouTube, so.
Just to do a little bit of thing, yeah. Medium Jenny Lee has a YouTube where she does all kinds of stuff. She's talking about the Raw book that she's going through now, which has kind of led to some of the discussion we're having tonight. Me and Medium Jenny Lee do twin flame readings on my channel at China the Frost, and I also do weekly rune readings on that channel as well. And then of course check out Charity Janisse on YouTube. She has an awesome page, and she's an awesome tarot reader. And you can order all kinds of readings from her, or get the zodiac readings from her on YouTube.
And we both just started a Ko-fi coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah. So go look for us
Yes.
there.
Yeah, some new stuff. I'm so
We're
excited.
both really excited about that.
Yes.
So there's no way I can go back and look through all of the chat where you guys
Yeah.
were talking. So I'm just
Yeah.
going to kind of look over the last little bit while
I'm going through it. I have it. So
Yeah.
Greatest Good says exactly. I think you sum up what we were discussing there. He says, I just get nudges. I don't hear anything.
Yeah, which doesn't downplay your ability at all. It's just a different one. It's just different. Yeah. Hey, Ether Wolf, how are you? So in essence, we are all light, and the runes, etc., are the lens we focus through. Excellent way of putting it.
Yeah, I think so, because when I started doing the runes, I'm thinking of the runes as this mystical thing that I'm going to read.
Mm-hmm.
But the runes are just an object. They're just an alphabet. The tarot cards themselves, they have like this they might have this energy to them, but they can only it's you who's reading them. You're the ones who are drawing the cards.
Yeah.
CMC Airboss said Charity is awesome for private readings.
Thank
Correct.
you.
Absolutely correct.
Yes. I mean, when I get my reading from Charity, it's like a sit down. It's like an event. It's like I bought a ticket to a great show. So it's
Thank you.
it's an experience. It's an experience. In my next one, I'm going to do a past life reading from her. I just have to gather up the funds.
Yeah.
I need some subs
Can
to
we
get a reading.
look
So
We can look at the page too. I've told you.
yeah, we'll get something together. Castle 123 Cootie says yes. Coffee gals.
Yeah. It's just a tool. Yes.
Just a tool.
All these things are just tools for what is your innate ability to tap into your own soul, spirit, and the spirit around you.
Yeah.
And one thing that probably brought that to mind is we're always watching weird TV shows. And tonight when we were watching, there's like a Netflix, Believe It or Not kind of show where they're going around
with
talking
William
about, weird
Shatner.
stuff. It has William Shatner. It's just like a show that maybe half the time I wouldn't put any credence into, but this show is on ritual and how all around the world, whether it's Christianity, no matter what spiritual belief it is, there's these things attributed to ritual and voodoo or hoodoo rituals and all these things that seem to have some kind of manifestation to it. And what's the purpose around that is that, all tapping into one source. It's all kind of, possibly, in my estimation, maybe, all this ritual is connected. Whether that's using witchcraft and making spells, or whether it's a tarot, whether it's praying, or whatever that is to you.
Yeah.
Greatest Good said, Medium Jenny Lee, I'd love to shoot the shit sometimes because I feel like it's not psychic. And I'd like to be respectful with what I have instead of expecting to unlock all the skills. Well, Greatest Good Tarot, that is what we're here for. This is this show that we do, the Witching Hours. This isn't our normal stream. This is like the podcast. I don't know. I know it came on probably in your neck of the woods, but a good show back in the day that was hosted by Art Bell called Coast to Coast AM, where people would just stay up all night and call into long form talk radio and talk about aliens and psychics and near-death experiences and just try to figure some of this stuff out. And that's what this show is all about. It's that conversation you have with good friends after you've had 1, 2, 3, or maybe 4 too many.
And none of us drank anything tonight.
Yeah. We reached the point we don't have to drink to talk about weird stuff.
Dinner hours ago.
Oh, never mind. Charity was boozing it up at dinner.
Okay.
A little bit.
Linguist said, I remember before I went to sleep one night, asked God, if you exist, what are you? Then I heard my voice say, I am you, but you are what you believe you are. That struck me.
Yes. That's perfect.
CMC says, this is deep and profound at Linguist. Greatest Good said, I'm so glad I stumbled upon you this evening. Well, I'm glad you stumbled upon us, Greatest Good. And we have been admirers of your stream for a while too. I
Yep.
have nothing but a blast when I go in there into your stream. So I'm glad that you stumbled on us.
And greatest good, just to comment on what you said earlier, you might not unlock all the skills, or as you start doing more, you might find that you start doing some of the other skills and you didn't even mean to.
Yeah,
You know?
that's what happened.
Yeah. So you just keep doing you and you're gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and like I said, I kind of feel like there might be some similarities there. Ethan
Yeah.
Wolf said, "I'm wandering my way through the mystic landscape. I've always felt there is something beyond what science deems true. I have difficulty, I think, shelving the skepticism that has been drilled into me by society."
Don't we all?
Yeah, it's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Castle said, "Charity is drunk," and Greatest Good Tarot said, "What? You're sober?"
One of these nights, let's do
Do
it. I actually,
Oh,
guys,
a
want-
drunk witching hours.
we can just do
You'll see
like a
fun,
Saturday
Cher.
night, medium Jenny Lee stream or something.
Yeah.
That would be
Uh,
fun. That would be a party night.
Yeah.
yeah. Art Bell used to have a 2-drink minimum. So let's see. I'm
It-
just because you can imagine who would call up on the radio, right? When there's like like millions of people listening.
Helps to lower your inhibitions when you talk about
That's very true. Yeah.
For sure.
So, Charity, how did you feel about the channeling?
it. I felt like I was home. I feel like I was with my family, and I feel like all of you and everybody that's here is here for a reason,
Mhm.
and there are connections, and I just felt so connected. I felt connected to divine. I felt connected to you. I felt connected to everything, and it was emotional for me, but it was also very familiar. I know this energy. She's around me, so
Yeah.
it was like, yeah. And I personally just had some things just kind of feel more confirmed to me.
Mhm.
Like that's really meaningful to me. So what about you?
I was very excited to feel that sensation again, but it wasn't as overwhelming to me as it was the first time. I guess because now I know what to expect, you know?
There's been a sense of processing to a certain
Yeah.
extent there.
Mm-hmm.
That,
And-
we didn't know.
No. Yeah. We didn't know. And it's a really weird sensation because I feel like my whole body is like blown up like this way. Like I'm coming out a lot further than I am. And like my whole mouth is just you're like when you're at the dentist and like you feel like your face is like way bigger than it is. Like that's what it feels like. Like I'm surprised I could even talk because it felt like my tongue was about this wide. And it's the higher density. That's
Density,
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
She's literally making my body denser by being melded with my energy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. Which is just confirmation that she really is a higher density being.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Castle Cutie. I appreciate that.
I can't see the chat at all. Let's see.
She said, "You rock, Jenny. Thanks."
Yes.
That's why we
Linguist
need to
said,
trust ourselves. Our
Yeah.
feelings and intuition. People say a lot of things, but you can't just go with it without using your knowledge about life and your experiences. Yep. Hey, Nabnia, how are you?
Hey, Nafnia.
What's
I'm
going
gonna
on?
hop in on you sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And I know Nabnia. I know she's down for that, and Greatest Good too, since he's in here. I'm getting on
Twitch.
We need to get some.
Do a few.
We need to find a way to get some
Collaborative
tarot channel
stuff.
collaborative stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be great. And I was thinking earlier, and I'm thinking out loud, and I haven't even mentioned this to Medium Jenny Lee yet, but we have Halloween coming around the corner. And I know we're doing witching hours. I think we're going to have RVA Paranormal on for that to do some like cool EVP, listen to some cool EVPs and stuff like that. But I almost wonder if I've noticed that Twitch has done a bunch of stuff lately with like making it easy to stream for charities. try to
Mhm.
raise money for like St. Jude's and stuff like
Oh.
that.
Yeah.
So I
Not
think it'd
not
be
this
cool if we
charity,
could.
but a charity.
Yeah. Charity, I'm sure would take some funds too.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be really cool to see, if we could
my-
kind of use our spooky season and all our spooky and weird people, Team Weird here, to maybe get some kind of thing planned out sometime down the road. So let us know what you guys think about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely some collab.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I just feel like, we got cool people, and maybe if we got team up the Tarot channel, so many people are connected on here anyway. We're all viewing each other's streams,
Mm-hmm.
so maybe we can work something like that together down the road. So let us know if that's something y'all are interested in.
Yeah.
Okay.
CMC
So
Airbus,
we
you had
have-
COVID? Oh no, I hope you're feeling
Oh.
okay.
It is going around again.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lots of rest.
Yeah. I hope you feel better.
Linguist said it felt a little awkward to try to ask her what kind of density we had, or no, we could figure it out. Yeah. I think
All- We're good though.
I think she gave some good answers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What else in the chat here? Anytime you want to come on, anyone is welcome. Just no one ever asks, said Greatest Good Tarot.
Tell you what, Greatest Good. Medium Jaylee can confirm this. I'm not a very good flirter. I'm not a good flirter. So I'm more than willing to come on. But yeah, I'm
Yeah.
man.
Flirting
Okay.
is it's a prerequisite for the Greatest Good Tarot
Yeah.
channel. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the greatest good? I guess I'm gonna have to check
You're
it
gonna
out.
have to watch him. He is
He is
hilarious, and he's British,
absolutely
and he
wonderful
lives on a
stream.
boat, and he has like this really great setup on his table with all these weird little like stuff, and
Okay.
he talks with his hands. Like he'll stick his hands up under the under the camera, and like he's really funny.
Okay, I'll
And,
definitely.
yeah.
And tarot.
And he does tarot.
I'll follow. Yeah, I'll go.
And if I'm not mistaken, I think Greatest Good wouldn't mind if I said they flirt like
Yeah.
crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's really silly and
It's
flirty.
mandatory to flirt and
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. CMC Airboss says, Charity, please drop by. Greatest Good flirts and Frost does a deadpan face. Pretty much.
I'm gonna start
Uh,
for my videos, and I get the flirt going on. So,
I'll try. I'll do my best. I'll do my
Flirting
best.
is mandatory.
Flirting
capital
is mandatory,
letters.
yes.
Castle.
Okay, so we're moving along, so I don't want to leave out. We said that we were going to do some experimentation with readings tonight to kind of wind down things.
You
right?
still up for that, Charity?
yeah.
Okay. Let's do 3. We'll do 3, and then that'll be the end of the night. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do what Frost Giant usually does, which is the Norns, past, present, future. That's
Yeah, if
3.
you're not familiar with the Norns,
That's 3 cards. So, and there's 3 of us. What a coincidence!
There is. If you've ever seen a Christmas Carol, that's based on the Norse mythology of the Norns, which are spirits, feminine spirits that represent the past, present, and future.
So who
So
wants
one
to
of us
do
will read
what?
The past.
Um,
Well, I'm the history guy, so let me do the past.
Okay.
past, yeah. So Jenny, it's down to me or you for the present or the future. What do you
Which
think?
one do you feel more connected to?
Yeah,
I think you might be better for the future.
I think I might be. Yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll do present.
Because you're like you're the more realistic out of the two of us. I mean, so, yeah.
As I just channeled some high density being. Yeah. I'm the more realistic one. Oh,
We're all
yeah. Okay.
down to earth here.
Always help me back when I get- Maybe that's not the right word.
Yeah.
That sounds right, though. That sounds
Yeah.
good. I think we
Okay.
got a good thing here.
So if you,
Tell it like it is.
I do tell it like it is. If you want to possibly have a reading from the 3 of us, You need to put it in the chat. I want one. Me. Do yes, yes, please. Whatever.
Let's do a
And
one. Let's do a one. Put a one in the
or
chat if you would
whatever.
like a reading.
And I'm
Yeah, put a one.
gonna put your name in the wheel of names, and then we will see who gets it. We'll do 3 of them if time allows. We'll at least do 2. Okay, so Castle.
Yeah, if we could do Castle, that'd be awesome since she came over.
I'll read them out to you, Media,
Okay.
if you, that way you can put them in. So we have Castle, we have CMC Air Boss.
Okay.
We have the Purple Throne.
Purple Throne.
We have Nabnia.
Nabnia.
We have Aetherwolf.
Okay.
Linguist.
Oh, hold on. I didn't hit enter. And I can never spell linguist, so hold on. Okay, next.
We have Nianque Does Tarot.
Oh yeah, I can't spell that. Let me look at it.
Ninque.
Okay, that's good.
Does
I
Tarot.
just need that part.
I'm super proud of myself that I got that right the first time.
Gold hairs.
Gold hairs.
Greatest good.
Greatest good tarot. Anybody else? Last call. I think that's just about everybody. So.
Okay, so we got Castle, CMC, Purple, Nabnia, Ether, Linguist, Nianque. Did I say it right?
Nianque.
Gold hairs and greatest. Greatest good. Anybody else?
Okay.
Okay, so I can't full screen it or else their faces will freeze. So let's just what we're gonna do. Well, I guess you can't see their faces anyway if I'm on the screen share. Okay, here comes the wheel of names. You ready? First person to get a reading is Purple Throne. Woo!
All right, Purple.
Purple Throne is gonna get a reading first. Okay. All right. So, past, present, future for Purple Throne. We ready?
Yes.
And let's do one more time. Frosty's doing the past, I'm doing the present, Cherry's doing the future. All right, here we go. There was like 2 cards that stuck out, but it wasn't right. Okay, I got mine. Oh, Charity, you're gonna love this one because it just came up for you a couple times. Frosty's still shuffling away. Shuffle, 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 shuffle.
I'm always one or the other. Either they jump right out or I'm.
Yeah, I got 3, and I don't know if I should show them all or if we should let him pick.
Yeah, you could let him pick. Do a 1,
Yeah.
2, 3. Purple Throne. Pick 1, 2, or 3. We'll be here all night,
Okay.
Charity, if you read all 3 of those cards.
yeah.
She picked 3.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Frosty, you go first. Past.
All right. So I will go first. The card that I got for the past is the Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, for a second, I thought it was backwards. That's what it really looks like. Okay.
The Wheel of Fortune. So for the Wheel of Fortune, we have a season for everything. Reminding us, the wheel reminds us that our experience of life isn't just one wheel. Life is wheels within wheels, a lifetime, a year, a season, or your time spent in childhood being a student, spouse, sibling, parent, grandparent, or in a certain professional role. The wheel upright says that whatever is coming is part of the natural cycle and shouldn't be a surprise. That's the job of the tower. When things are flowing as they should, there is a feeling of rightness, and that feeling influences the meaning of this card as lucky. So if it comes up for you, things will flow in a natural way, and maybe you'll even have a little extra special good luck too. So we're talking about fortune, chance, opportunity, destiny, fate, good luck. I think that fits pretty well with the past in terms of the changing of seasons.
So what did you what do you feel like that means for the past for her, like in your own words?
Well, I think the thing that stuck out to me there was the changing of seasons.
Okay.
That the past is, the past. The thing I'm getting from this is getting this card for the norm for the past is we're looking at something that a new cycle, a new change,
Mm-hmm.
and in a way, kind of letting go of what was in the last cycle to move on to the next one.
That's good. I like that. Okay, so for the present, here we go, Charity. It's ordinariness. It's the Eight of Rainbows, which is about the physical. All right, so the figure walking in nature shows us that beauty can be found in simple, ordinary things of life. We so easily take this beautiful world we live in for granted. Cleaning the house, tending the garden, cooking a meal, the most mundane tasks take on a sacred quality when they are performed with your total involvement, with love, and for their own sake, without thought of recognition or reward. You are facing a time now when this easy, natural, utterly ordinary approach to the situations you encounter will bring far better results than any attempt on your part to be brilliant, clever, or otherwise extraordinary. Forget all about making headlines by inventing the latest widget or dazzling your friends and colleagues with your unique star quality. The special gift you have to offer now is presented best by just taking things easily and simply, just one step at a time. So for me, this card for you kind of makes me feel like you might have been feeling stuck in the mundaneness of everyday life. Like every day is the same thing. And how can you make it more interesting? Well, being present in the moment and being aware of what's happening while you're doing those mundane things and finding the magic in the things that seem not magical, because they really are there, We just have to be able to look for them. Even when we're washing the dishes or doing the laundry or driving to work, like there's still going to be wonderful, magical things that are happening around us, but we can't be stuck in our heads feeling shitty about having to do the laundry.
That resonates a lot, actually. I want to point out there too. What's your element there for that card?
Rainbows.
And I know you can't see me, but for my Wheel of Fortune, we
I
have
can see
all
you.
the colors. Oh, you can.
Yeah, yours has
all
all the rainbow on there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Charity, what'd you get for the future?
So I got the Six of Pentacles, which is really in keeping with the overall energy of this reading, where some sort of change, transformation in the past, kind of in the moment, what you were saying about making the most of those moments that you have leads to something that is actually going to balance out in your life, pay off. If you do have like finances or something on your mind, you're going to have more come in so that you have enough to like give others, or something is coming towards you, but it's connected to something that really lights you up. Because when you have that Wheel of Fortune showing up in the deep past there, that's leading you to this place of kind of living in the moment, doing your things, but focusing your energy on what you love, is leading to something that's really positive for you. And it is connected to something really positive that lights you up from your deep past. But there is some good news coming in. This is prosperity. This is having enough to share. It's also equal give and takes in relationships. So I know when Jenny kind of mentioned like doing things around the house, I know in my house, I'm the one that's always doing it all. This is people helping you out. This is people showing you up. This is people supporting you. And it's because of who you are and just what you bring, like naturally. There's something very generous here. So
Nice.
it's continuing forward, but good news. So I like that a lot. I feel like they all went together really well.
Yeah. I had the urge to say that part of the present is being grateful too. Like being grateful for the things, whatever the things are, is going to help lead you to that Six of Pentacles.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. So she said the eight of rainbows, that means something personally.
Nice.
And the cards line up perfectly. And she said, wow, at least twice.
Sweet. Oh, thank you for filling me in on the chat.
Yeah, you're welcome, Purple Throne. All right, let's
Yeah,
do another
appreciate
one.
it. Do we
Is
want me
there?
to stay with tarot all the way through this, or should I do some runes as well?
You can do whatever you want. I'm going to stick with my Osho Zen because I love this deck. Is there anybody that's come in that wants to get added to the list? Anybody else want to get a reading that decided all of a sudden? Because I'm getting ready to spin the wheel again. Last call for the wheel. Okay, I'm going to spin it. Okay, where's my screen share? There it is. All right, here we go. Spinning the wheel. Who gets a reading next? CMC Airboss.
Hey.
Woohoo! Woo! All right. You're still here, right? All right, CMC Airboss, you get a reading next. Yay! Woohoo! All right, past, present, future for CMC Airboss. Oh, good God! Like half the deck wanted to fall out already.
And I got 3 again, so give me a number because perfect last time. So
all right, CMC Airboss, 1, 2, or 3. Charity got 3 cards. 1, 2, or 3.
and I'll share if I feel something needs to be shared from the others, but 1, 2,
Okay.
or 3.
Did you get a card, Frosty?
Yeah, I sure did.
All right, you want to go first?
Yeah, so I got the 7 of Pentacles. The 7 of Pentacles. So for this card, we have Pentacles representing Earth, 7s, which are typically bringing some kind of energy or assessment into the forefront. Let me get that. I'm watching the stream, so my card is getting delayed here. There are times in life when you've done all that you can do, but still have to wait, whether it is fruit ripening on the vine, a pie baking in the oven, or an elaborate alchemical experiment. You can't rush the fruit. Unlike the time of waiting and the 3 of Wands, this period should be used for review. Check and double check everything because there is still time to make adjustments. Evaluate your process. So this card is talking about, so once again, we're referring to the past here. So we're looking at the past as a time of planning, a time of trying to figure out how we were going to move forward. So there's been some kind of thing in the past, in the recent past, more than likely, where you've been assessing and thinking about moving forward, but haven't.
Ooh, moving forward. That is a good segue into the present card because it's intensity. So this is the Knight of Fire.
Ooh.
And it is all about moving forward. Look at that guy. He's an arrow of fire shooting forward. All right, here we go. The figure in this card has taken on the shape of an arrow, moving with the single pointed focus of one who knows precisely where he is going. He is moving so fast that he has become almost pure energy, but his intensity should not be mistaken for the manic energy that makes people drive their cars at top speed to get from point A to point B. That kind of intensity belongs to the horizontal world of space and time. The intensity represented by the Knight of Fire belongs to the vertical world of the present moment, a recognition that now is the only moment there is, and here is the only space. When you act with the intensity of the Knight of Fire, it is likely to create ripples in the water around you. Some will feel uplifted and refreshed by your presence. Others may feel threatened or annoyed. But the opinions of others matter little. Nothing can hold you back right now. So it sounds like you figured out exactly what you needed to do, and you're ready to, you're not just ready, but you're moving forward. You've been moving forward, and you know exactly where you're going with an intensity. So Charity, I don't know if you saw, but he chose number 1.
Okay. So for the number 1, it's kind of interesting because it goes back to very similar energy to the card that we got with the past. which is a time of waiting. But this is different because this is a major arcana card that talks about waiting leading to a major spiritual transformation where you begin to see everything
Ooh.
completely different. It's a turning point, but it's a moment kind of where you pause to really truly get aligned with what you're divinely here for. And it's like the moment that you get that clarity, that you have that aha moment, you know what you're here for, you're going to be right on track because we've got the wait kind of energy in the past, and in the present moment we've got that want it to happen. And and then we've got a major arcana that there's still something that spirit is working on. But I have to give you a peek of 2 and 3 because I know you. We have a 6 of cups and a fool. That waiting is leading to a very sweet, loving reunion and a new beginning in your life. But there is a moment right now of transformation. And taking that time to nurture yourself and nurture your spirituality is going to lead to everything that you're hoping for.
How nice. Yay, CNC our boss. Nabnia gave us a hydrate, so everyone take a sip of your beverage.
Yeah.
Have my
That was a great reading. You're welcome, CNC our boss. All right, we're going to do one more, and then we're going to have to call it a night because unfortunately some of us have to get up early in the morning.
You have to be up super early.
Uh-huh. Boo. Okay, we're going to do one more. All right, here we go. Spinning the wheel. Last reading of the night. And the winner is... Linguist! Woo! Congratulations! I love when the guy yells, woo! All right, Linguist, you get the last reading of the night. Here we go. Oh, you guys were frozen. I fixed it.
You got it fixed? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I switched things up this time and I went. So give me 1 second.
I
wasn't even ready and a card fell out. And I was like.
I got one this time. So each time they came out in threes.
I hadn't even tried to start shuffling. And then I was like, is this the card? And I was like, yeah, I'm supposed to have this one. So. I got the card.
So, I did a rune this time.
Okay, cool.
For the best. So I have the rune Ingus. So this is kind of representation has connection to the moon. So it's all about intuitiveness, an urge towards harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. It embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, a search after similarities. So trying to connect with an urge to connect with people, to share with, and to have a shared sense of self-worth. The completion of beginnings is what Ingus requires. Drawing that rune may mark a time of joyful deliverance, new life, and new path. It's a rune of great power. Receiving it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution, from which that all comes from a new beginning.
All right.
So we can go on about this. Typically, this rune marks like a moving on from like a stasis, moving on from for what the Norse use this for when they're talking about like an ice representation of ice or representation of being stuck. Here we have movement out of that. We have the next phase, the beginning to the new cycle, and a wanting to connect and a wanting to find something to be involved with. So for the past, we're coming out of that.
All right. Well, this card is not going to look very good. I'm hoping that there's something good in it. For the present, you got guilt, and it's a clouds, which is the mind. Number 8. Guilt is one of the most destructive emotions in which we can get caught. If we have wronged another or gone against our own truth, then of course we will feel bad. But to let ourselves be overwhelmed with guilt is to invite a migraine. We end up surrounded by nagging clouds of self-doubt. I feel like that's important. And feelings of worthlessness to the point where we cannot see any of the beauty and joy that life is trying to offer us. We all long to be better people, more loving, more aware, more true to ourselves. But when we punish ourselves for our failures by feeling guilty, we can get locked into a cycle of despair and hopelessness that robs us of all the clarity about ourselves and the situations we encounter. You are absolutely okay as you are. Let's read that part again. You are absolutely okay as you are. And it is absolutely natural to go astray from time to time. Just learn from it, move on, and use the lesson not to make the same mistake again. So the parts of this card that really stuck out for me were the self-doubt and feelings of worthlessness. And not knowing if you're okay where you are and with what you're doing. So if there's something to be learned from this card, it's to get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Don't feel like you need to punish yourself for something, for a mistake, or there's no reason to feel a sense of worthlessness or self-doubt. And for you specifically, I feel like, and I might have said this before in like the last stream, that for you, I feel like it's like it goes up and down. Like you'll be fine, but then all of a sudden you'll hit one of those lows where you feel that way, and then you start going back up again. So I think if you're aware of this, then when you start sliding down the hill, because you're aware of it, you can pull yourself up out a lot quicker than you used to. All right, Charity, what'd she get for the future?
She is going to get through.
Oh, yay! The star!
It is a beautiful energy, and just seeing, like, I feel like in the past you've had some hopes, you've had some desires, some dreams, some things you really hoped would go a certain way, and I feel like with the present energy you've been faced with some things that may have been disappointments, may have got you overthinking, up in your head, doubting yourself, but you are going to overcome that because you have something special that no one else has. There's something unique about you. With the star, this is finding yourself. This is you making it through a tough time. If you felt like you were going through something in the past that was really difficult, you are going to get through. And in the process, you are finding who you are. And who you are is different from anyone else. There's something that you bring, there's something that you have that you know in your heart you're meant to do. And if you focus on that and really enjoy that and trust yourself and be uniquely you, you're going to get through those stressful times, and you're going to be noticed. It's a really special energy. But this is healing, this is self-care, and don't be too hard on yourself. So there is a light. You're a star.
Yay!
Beautiful. I love it.
What a great way to end the night.
I think that was perfect.
Yay!
Excellent.
I was excited. That one jumped out too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good.
So did mine. You're all stars in my book.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Excellent.
what a fun night this was. And I feel like
Yeah.
we did some really amazing stuff. And I
Yeah,
hope that
was fun.
you all got something out of it and that
Yes.
you enjoyed being here. And yes, go find everybody on YouTube. Go find me and Charity on Ko-fi, whatever the hell. And don't forget, actually, all three of us have personal readings available now because Frost Giant just made his own website to offer personal readings too.
Yeah, I did.
Yes. So,
We,
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Nox Lucent, you've been lurking.
Thanks for coming by the witching hours. We're trying to do
Yes.
this like every 2 weeks now. It started off monthly. We're trying to make them a little more frequent. And so just so you guys know, all of the Witching Hours podcasts, our shows here, get put onto YouTube. So if you go to Medium Jenny Lee at YouTube, you can watch any of the past episodes, and we've had lots of cool episodes. Past ones with Charity. We've had a lady who works with spiritually with animals. We've had a podcast about real vampires. We've had podcasts about all kinds. I mean, I can't even think about all of it.
We've had so many great guests.
We've had some cool shows. So
yeah,
even though you're not, you don't get to partake in the live aspect of it, the guests have been really entertaining and really fun conversations that happen. So go check those out.
Yes,
okay.
we're going to go raid Yo Erica because I love her. And she
Yo Erica's on.
Yes,
okay.
She's been on since forever. She was on when I was at school still. Maybe she started another stream, it looks like. She's one of my favoriteest, and she just made her own merch store. So you can get Camp Misfits gear, and there's a shirt that I must have. The YouTube channel, Frost Giant, will you throw in all the YouTube links real quick before we leave?
I'll do our shameless plugs real quick.
Yeah,
there.
Throw them in there, and then we're gonna go raid Yo Erica because she's the cutest and the best.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
This was really fun. It's always great to get together. And thank you everyone who came tonight. And it's just been a blast.
Thank you, Charity, for being here.
Yeah.
We've been planning this one out for months.
We really have. When was it? End of June we started talking about
Yeah. And we were like, we need to do it. You were like, we need to do it in August. It needs to be around the Lionsgate. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't quite around the Lionsgate, but that's probably good because Lionsgate got pretty cray-cray.
It was. Yeah. But the energies have settled. We're in Virgo season. We're chilling.
Hey, Lil Wang. I hope you guys all have a good night. Don't forget, I'll be back on Friday night, too. Reading night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, doing my readings. So there's one of the YouTubes. Frosty's going to put in another one here as soon as possible.
That's me and Jenny Lee, the last one that went up.
Okay, that one's mine.
So you can find all the witching hours at that second link I put up. And then the last link here is for my YouTube with weekly rune readings. And we also do me and Medium Jenny Lee's twin flame readings there. And you can find all our information from there.
And then put Charities in there. Nope.
I already did.
You did? Oh, I see. I see Charities.
Yep.
Okay.
Good.
You put hers first because you're a gentleman. Okay. All right. We're going to go raid. Remember, Charity, don't get off yet because we're going to chit chat for a little bit.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be on camera, right?
Yes. All right. We are going to go raid Yo Erica. Give her all the love because she is love. Good night, everybody. Love you. Mwah.
Take care, everyone.